Let's see, there's fuel efficiency standards and there's emissions standards as well. That if you want to sell American cars in Europe, you have to meet. Although if your cars are good enough for California, I think they're good enough for Europe. Alright, hi Wesley. So is it time for sand punching and dirt punching? Time to punch dirt. So the track goes from loop 2 to loop 3. I think Cali is more strict than Europe, says Wesley. Yeah, I think it is, although, I mean, it's comparable. So basically, if it qualifies in California, it will be fine in Europe. Let's see, coming in... Wait a minute. Why are we missing gold blocks here? That's weird. Alright, coming in from loop 2. And up to there. Hey, I haven't been dirt punching for a while. Alright, back to dirt punching. So we gotta have space for the redstone under the regional loop. You know, I feel like the tariffs don't actually do anything to anyone. Except for people who, like, really don't deserve it. Like the big car companies, as we say, they already have like factories on both sides of the Atlantic anyway. So it's like, I don't know what the tariffs are supposed to do. This is the thing with, should I be I mean, do I need to be polite? I don't need to be polite, right? When you're not that intelligent, let me just euphemize this. You make problems for no reason, and then you spend all your time resolving the problems that you make yourself. And then it feels like you're doing a lot of work, but actually you're just fixing the things that you just broke yourself a few minutes ago. Which is like, this is like Trump. Like the negotiations about these tariffs, which, like, why? They don't do anything in the first place. Doesn't make any sense. And of course, it gives him a lot of stuff to do because he has to negotiate with people all the time. But it's only because he broke them in the first place. Which, on a bigger scale, explains why the Americans have such a large GDP, but they seem to be so poor. Like they have so much money, but they don't seem to get much done. And the reason is like they're spending their productivity on things they don't need to do. And so then like they do a lot of stuff but don't get very many results. And it's exactly the kind of thing that Trump is doing. Like you break things that weren't broken, and then you spend a lot of effort fixing it. And it looks like you're doing a lot of stuff, but you're actually just doing nothing useful. Q says, I'm at least halfway convinced Omarosa in her book is correct in saying he's at least halfway senile. No, I think so. I think so. I wouldn't be surprised if he is. And the thing about going senile, Q, is that it's a degenerative thing, right? And so a smart person going senile, it takes more time for them to like lose the plot. Whereas a person who's not smart, there's the euphemism again, a person who is less intelligent going senile, they like they drop off. Even if they drop off at the same rate, right? Their actual functioning is much lower. So going senile is more obvious if you didn't start from a very high point from the beginning, right? I mean, my grandfather who died a few years ago, he was like really like strong, because he did martial arts, he did Tai Chi, my grandfather. And so he lived to 101, and like literally up until the day he died, he was still walking around, which is like insane. He's like 101 years old, he's still walking around, and so like his lungs failed him before his legs did, basically. And so like because he was so strong and he did martial arts, like his body is so tough that, you know, even when he was about to die, he could still walk around. And so if you start from a high starting point, as your body declines with age, you can still function remarkably well. Whereas obviously if you are less healthy, and like if your body is not literally a kung fu master, then as you age, you just can't do anything anymore. Very quickly, you just can't walk and can't move around very much. Yeah, things like Alzheimer's. If you train your brain, or like if you practice doing intellectual things, then as your brain function declines, it's less apparent because, as we said, because you have a greater reserve to fall back on as you grow, as your function declines. Kevin says, haven't been here in a while, time zones are very annoying. Well, Kevin, good to have you now. Yeah, I mean time zones. I mean, I live in New Zealand, so what can you do, right? It is why I also post videos on YouTube. Like, most people can't really watch my streams because of time zones. I do appreciate Wesley's dedication. Wesley is committed to this train network. Committed to infrastructure. Soon winter time kicks back in, yeah. Does that make it better or worse? It makes it better, right? Alright, good. Kevin says, how long has this been going on? This train project? Like, almost a year? Hold on, what video am I up to? On YouTube, I'm up to 336. So I'm like 11 months. Are we 11 months in, Wesley? I think I'm basically 11 months into this project. And we're not even halfway done. It's gonna be like a 3-year project. Maybe 4, Kevin. So it's gonna be a long project. Wesley says, I think I've been helping for about 7 to 8. Well, maybe your presence would make this shorter. So if you double that, it would have been like a 5 or 6 year project. Without your help, Wesley. That's right, Q. 11 months and we haven't even found any diamonds yet. Crazy. Q says exploring has been my main reason for playing. Well, I guess we can like take a break from the building and go find diamonds. No, we're here to build, Q. We are here to build. We're not here to explore or to find loot or to fight monsters. We're here to build infrastructure. Q says that's fine, I don't watch for the same reason I play. Although, now that you say that, I think 7 Days to Die is a lot more about exploring and finding loot and staying alive than building. I haven't played the peaceful version, but the survival version at least. Like, it takes time to craft everything, unlike in Minecraft. So like, just building a wall takes several days, I think. So 7 Days to Die is, I guess it's like a more hardcore survival than Minecraft is. Maybe worth looking into, Q, if you wanna take a week to build a fort. Kevin says, whenever I say to myself that I want to make a big project, I work on it for like 2 hours and admire and never come back. Well, Kevin, the trick is to come back. Because, I mean, I do like 2 hours a week, basically. Like, we're here for 2 hours a week. Not that much. But if you come back every week, then eventually you have a big project. But I do get what you mean, Kevin. It's it takes a certain mindset. It does. It takes a certain kind of mindset to commit to a huge project. I think it's one of these things you work your way up, like you do bigger and bigger projects over time. Kevin says, I wonder how many blocks you have broken and placed. Well, are there stats? I don't know if there's stats in this version of Minecraft. Maybe it's in achievements. No, achievement is just achievements. Time played 183 hours. Although achievements don't count in creative. Wesley says, or fall right smack in the middle of one and never leave. You are unusual, Wesley. Although, haven't you done big projects in real life though, Wesley? For most people, kids, define big, anything more than a year, I guess. Like a project that takes you more than a year. For most people, their kids are their big project. They're like 20-year project to raise children. Oh, not really, says Wesley? Okay.